Hey, what's up, wrestling fans? Thanks for joining me on this special 420 edition of Real Wrestling Chat Online. I'm your distinguished and honored host, Hatchet. Like I said, y'all might remember me from Real Wrestling Talk with Detox the Juggalo. Let's go ahead and jump right into this week's show. I want to talk about last night's Impact, where we saw Rob Van Dam become the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, which in my opinion was too soon. But then again, RVD's got a lot of push behind him right now. He's got the fan base. So I'm sure Dixie Carter, Hogan, and Bischoff figured, you know what? He's got the momentum right now. Let's go ahead and put the title on him, put the asses in the seats, and make us some bank. So don't get me wrong. I followed Rob Van Dam since ECW, before he was calling himself, Mr. Pay-Per-View, Mr. Monday Night, back when he was still, hell, he wasn't even the whole effing show yet. And I followed his career since ECW through WWF/E to where he's at now in TNA. And you know what? I like the guy. He's an awesome performer. I just don't think he should be TNA champion right now. It's too soon, but hey, whatever. Let's see. There was a rematch from Lockdown between Team Hogan and Team Flair. Team Hogan this time consisted of Jeff Jarrett, Abyss, the Freak, Rob Terry, and the returning Samoa Joe, who tore apart Team Flair, and Team Hogan won the rematch. Let's see, RVD obviously defeated Jeff Hardy in a number one contenders match, with the winner facing AJ Styles for the world title later in the show. We saw a little snippet backstage between Matt Morgan and Shannon Moore when Morgan was asking Moore if he wanted to be his partner since he needed one. Moore pretty much told him to go screw himself. And, of course, Morgan was like, oh, you made a big mistake after Moore had walked off. So, and here's a spoiler for everyone. Next week, Shannon Moore is challenging Kazarian for the X Division title. So don't be surprised if Matt Morgan gets himself involved and we have a Matt Morgan, versus Shannon Moore feud for a little while. And the only other match from that night, the Beautiful People retain their titles against... Well, I should say retain the TNA Knockouts tag team titles against Daphne and her partner of ODB. Now, if it was me, I would have had Hamada team up with Daphne and made them the new Knockout champions, since Madison Rayne now has the TNA Knockout Singles Championship. But again, whatever. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And surprising that TNA Knockouts Tag Team title match lasted all of about, what was it? Oh yeah, maybe 2 minutes at max. And Lacey actually got her ass in and wrestled for once. Good for you guys. And another little, little snippet from last night's Impact. I don't know if any of you guys saw it. Fucking Orlando Jordan, Gay Jordan as I like to refer to him, came out earlier in the show after Rob Terry had helped defend off Team Flair. This was, of course, earlier in the night before the rematch. And I was telling Detox the Juggalo from Real Wrestling Talk that you watch. They're going to rip off the old school Goldust storyline from when he first came into the WWF, and they're going to have Orlando Jordan having an infatuation / stalking, whatever else you want to call it, after Rob the Freak Terry. You watch. It's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. And speaking of time, I want to thank you guys for joining me this week. Sorry there's not really much more to talk about, but, got a lot of other things to do. This was just a special edition on this 420. Smoke it up, blaze it up, whoop whoop. Wicked Clown Love, thanks for joining. We'll be back next week.